I just want to say that I think that overall you'll find this a very positive report. And thank you so much all for staying. If you need a copy of the key slides, they will be up here. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Kenton, who is going to do the treasurer's report. Every month, the treasurer produces a report for the church council in which we're able to review where we stand and what we need to do. And he will.
Good morning, everybody. So the way we normally do the treasurer's report, it's always looking a month behind because we wait on all the bank statements to come in before we do the reconciliation. So this is as of 31 December. So keep that in mind. We're about in the next couple of days to finish up January, but so this is 31 December. So overall, we've had an amazing year. The Living Waters Project brought in just a huge blessing to the church, and really somehow in a real miracle hasn't impacted our general giving too significantly, which is really, really amazing. So thank you all. Thank God. This has been a really, really great year. But you can kind of see the numbers there, and our balance in the checking account is going to be pretty high right now. We're keeping the living water funds in the checking account because we anticipate spending them pretty quickly here in the spring as we start to make the renovations. As you can see, December is always a bumper month for the church, and we had another bumper month or another bumper December, but quite a large portion of it was designated giving, right, for Living Waters and a couple other areas. Any questions on this slide? We'll kind of go over year-long things, and I'll try to talk about where we've saved some money due to some hard work of folks. All right, next slide, please. So these are our investment accounts. We're earning just a little bit of fixed income on these. They're pretty conservative accounts, and they're tied to maintaining the interest rate that we have with DevCo. So that is an important part that we have to maintain at least $100,000 in the DevCo account there too. But yeah, just something important there. So we get a little bit of income each month. Next slide, please. All right, so net cash flow has been really, really positive, again, due in large part to the Living Waters Project and all of your generosity. So it's been a really, really positive year so far. We've had minimal, repairs that we haven't anticipated yet, so that's been a blessing. We keep praying for that to continue. We've also had Pete and some other folks who have worked really hard to reduce costs. So we've cut the cleaning bill in half, and I think we're going to hopefully start seeing some positive changes in that area. Pete's also looking with the council at how we can save some money each month on the copier lease, because that's a really expensive lease. You'd be shocked. But overall, things are going really well. The missions and ministries are spending as they kind of planned out at the beginning of the year, and your all's generosity and giving has been able to fund it and support it. Any questions on this? Okay, next slide. Here's our apportionments. The council at the beginning of the year kind of made a decision that the rental income that comes in from Altar Familiar would be put directly toward apportionments. And then about midway through the year in May, the council decided to also kind of add $2,000 each month toward apportionments. And so that was $3,000 a month going toward apportionments starting in May. But you can see last year we had a pretty sizable apportionment total to the conference in the district was $90,000, and we only were able to finally finish up just right around $27,000. So quite a bit. I think that we have plans to make better progress this coming year, but that's just where it is. Any questions on apportionments? Yeah. Yeah, so that is an important point to note. The apportionments are based on a pretty long list of items that they have a kind of equation, and then they kind of split the costs across the conference. But one piece of good news, we're going to spend a lot of money on a renovation here. Capital improvements do not count toward your apportionment allocation. So the money that we're going to spend on the Living Waters project should not, 2 years from now, dramatically increase our our apportionments. So very good point. Giving trends, it was the best year in 5 years with Living Waters, so December was a great one. And really, month to month, we've had really good giving comparatively. So it really has been a positive year. Any questions on giving or Living Waters? Okay, next slide, please. That was as of 21 December. Today, I think we're closer, just right around 169,000. And really haven't had any expenses yet, but that's going to change pretty quickly. We'll have to start moving things this spring and putting money toward the contract. So very soon that will change. Next slide. And again, this is a snapshot. You can see the checking account on the 22nd of January. It's roughly the same. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. Any questions in general for the treasurer, income expenses, anything specific? Sorry, yeah, absolutely. No, so it is not tied to giving or income. It is tied to expenses, largely. All right, so how much we spend, that is where it comes from. Right or wrong, it is not tied to income. It is tied to what the church will spend each year. And I can, if anybody's interested, it's a very clear line of what the lines are that they count. But generally, it's most of your expenses minus things like capital improvements, and there are certain benefits that go to clergy and that kind of thing that aren't included in that. But generally, it's what you spend, not what you bring in. That was news to me when I took over as treasurer, too. All right. Any other questions? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kenton. Kenton and I'd just like to say that Kenton and Fafa do a lot of work behind the scenes. He didn't get a new car this year, so that's, the money's still there. Anyway, they stay on top of this on a monthly basis. Okay, next up is preschool update, and Amanda and Sophia are here. And there are good things happening in preschool. There were a lot of changes last year, and they're going to come up and give you an update on what's happening. Next slide, please.
All right, hi you guys. Many of you guys not know me. I'm Amanda. I am the preschool director. This is my assistant director / finance accountant. Okay, so let's go over our slides. So our current financial status right now, our reserve funds are at about $105,000. Our current preschool checking, we're at $31,369. Our total funds available is $136. So right now we are more going towards the positive. So we're doing really good for this year, considering the fact that we did have kind of almost a new school, longer hours. We're a full day program now. So we started off about 25 kids in the fall, and now we're at 53. So we're doing really good, and we have a lot of more positive things for next year. We are in the process of going through our Department of Social Services to get us child care subsidy, which is going to bring us in a lot more kids. I'm not sure if you guys know Department of Social Services, but I have a state licensor that comes in, and she comes in just make sure everything is in compliance with our school. And also she just makes sure that everything, of course, is up to standard, and she's giving me advice on how we can open up our school to be to have more kids and things like that. Does anybody have any questions? So our capacity is 99. Yes. Any other questions? Yes. So we have been looking for grants. We do not have any yet. Like I said, with this social services, it's almost guaranteed. It's like I said, it's through the state, and basically it's guaranteed money from our kids with low income families. Yes. Yeah, Yes, so me and Sophia have been looking to see just different things that we could do. Some of our grants that we checked into, either all the money is gone from it, or things like that. What agencies did we look for? UVA. Yes, sir. Yes, and we have like there's what other? We've looked through the county, yes. So like I said, I'm talking to my state state licensing rep to see what are the best options for our school. Do we have any other questions? So our marketing plans. So we are still boosting our social media. Right now we have all our parents following on our IG, Facebook, our website. We have all of that. We're in an open enrollment season right now. So right now, basically all of our parents from our school this year are planning to come back for our school next year. And we do have quite a few from outsiders of the neighborhood that are coming to join us as well next year. So we're looking at a pretty full school as well for next year. Any questions? You have anything, Sophia?
Hi. Through our fundraisers, like our dances, our breakfast with Santa, our Easter Bunny one coming up, we've opened it to the public, which has brought in about 10